Now, if you've been investing in almost any major stock market this year, you're probably feeling the warm glow from your bank balance right now. Hopes that the US will slash corporate taxes have driven stock prices there to record after record, and much of the rest of the world has followed suit. This is how the Dow Jones Industrial Average has fared this year. On Monday, the US blue chip stock index set a record closing high. That was the 70th time it's done so this year so far, and that in itself is the largest number of record highs for the Dow ever. But US stocks were slightly lower early on Tuesday. Equity investors almost everywhere have been similarly bullish. Take a look at the FTSE All-World Index, which tracks more than 3,000 companies in nearly 50 countries. It's up more than 20% this year. And one US company that analysts say could benefit greatly from the planned tax cuts is Berkshire Hathaway. The 52-year-old conglomerate run by billionaire Warren Buffett invests mostly in old-school industries, things like railroads, insurance, food companies. Its shares have now risen to more than $300,000 each for the first time. Let's get more on this now with our editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, who's in Paris. Welcome, Craig. Let's start where we left off there with Berkshire Hathaway. It's a storied company run by a famously contrarian investor, Warren Buffett, and it has an interesting share structure, doesn't it? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's Econ 101. A company can create as many types of shares that it wants. Now, they're done in alphabetically. You have an A share. Now, if you get an A share, you have more votes than a B share. And you can have as many alphabetical shares as you want. It depends on the company. Now, an A share comes with what's called a load. Now, that is a commission that you pay to buy the share. Now, you don't pay a load on a B share. You pay the commission when you sell the share. And the reason Buffett likes A shares and their price so high is they are long-term investments. If you want to make a quick in and out, you usually buy a B share. Now, Buffett's B shares at Berkshire Hathaway today closed just short of $200 a share, which is up 22% from last year. So you're still making money, but that's how it works.
Interesting. Let's talk about the broader market. Much of the gains that we've been talking about have been in anticipation of this Republican tax plan, which is trundling its way through Congress as we speak. Now that the bill appears to be headed to the finish line, could we see something of a sell-off once it crosses that line? You know, buy on the rumor, sell on the fact?
Well, I'm no wizard, but I would say you'd probably see a sell-off come around Q2, not in the first quarter of next year. I think what you have to look at here, and what the markets are going to look at, is how much of that, those billions and billions of dollars U.S. companies have stored overseas are going to come back into the United States, and more important, what the corporations are going to do with that money. Are they going to reinvest? There's a lot of jobs in the United States. The unemployment rate is low. And again, it goes back to wages. Will that money that comes back to the U.S. help increase the wages of workers in the U.S.? I think that's going to be an indicator.
Yeah, that is going to be a one to watch. A lot of people are saying that wages could start increasing next year, but looking at the track record of companies so far, they don't really seem to be in any mood to do anything like that. But apart from Berkshire Hathaway, who else is benefiting from these tax cuts?
Well, the wealthy are anyone who holds shares. Anyone who's in the market right now is going to make money on this. As my daddy used to say, the poor folk are being left out in the street. That's the sadness here. And you just mentioned, Azar, something really important. The way history tells us, wages aren't going to be increased.
Right.
Well, that is going to be the damnation of Trumpism. If those wages are not increased by the end of Q3.
Yep.
That I would place a bet on.
That's going to be one to watch. Craig Copetas in Paris, thank you so much.